Hello, and today I'll be showing off my Project 3. My Project 3 takes place on a map because it has a special game mode, so it's just like how the quiz game and where the game is. So it's pretty simple to start the game. We just have to have a trigger box to change level, and then once the game ends, it will change level back. First, I'll show off the blueprints for this. So we'll start off with the card itself. So this is for clicking. So clicking, you check, it checks if it's flip is in progress, and then it's from the game mode if the game's still in progress or about delay that you'll see later. And then it also checks if it's active, like the flipping is active. If it isn't, it's false, and then it just sets the rotation. And this is a select card, which basically this tells the game mode, which we'll go to later, which card we're picking right now. Plays the flip effect and does the flip over animation, which we can go to here. So this is for animations for flipping over, flipping back over. They check the variables, or they set them true, and then this is getting the vector for the card mesh before the flip, and you set it before the flip. And then this is the timeline for Z position and the rotation. So from that, then you use the outputs we get from that, make them to rotators, and basically make a vector at the very end and set the rotation and location of the card. And at the very end, after the timeline's finished, it will make it so the flip in progress is untrue. This is the textures. We got 9 steps for it, so there's 9 cards, 18 cards in total, because each of these has to have a matching, and this is the back of the card. This is like the card grid to make the grid of cards. So on begin play, the first thing it does is create a temporary array, which is just adding the meshes to an array, basically, or a temporary array that's used later. Divides or finds out what the number of rows is by dividing the number of cards by cards per row, and then puts it into goes into 2 loops, and based on the indexes of those loops is how we get the positions of the cards. And they make vectors to make transformations, and then spawns the card at the location. And then we prompt a variable, add to the array, and then we pick a random card, so it's not like the 1s and 2s are next to each other. So this is what randomizes it, which is from here, which is you get random energy or rage, and from that you get a random to make chosen mesh, and then you remove it so it's not duplicated later, except for a second. And then each mesh is enabled with like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we use the name and you split to get the card number. So that's how you get card number. So we set the card number to the appropriate card, and from that we set stack mesh, and then we -1 the counter, and then we keep doing that until the counter hits 0. The next thing it does is this is passes the variables of the game, but they're important, like the array of all cards and the card grid itself. And this is for if it wants to play a new game, it recreates it, it deletes the cards and clears the array. Next we can go to memory game mode. There's a lot here, so I'll be fast. This just essentially creates 3 widgets that are used in the game mode and sets the visibility of them to what they need to be. This is what we do on start game. As in progress, we add a timer, and we get rid of the main menu. Ending, we stop the timer, and depending on what they choose, then we add end game options. This is if they hit the restart, it clears the data that's saved, and then from that we play the animation over the win, and we do more, and we recreate the grid and start the game over again. This is how the timer is managed, using text and a timeline, which is just 1 to 1,000 or 0 to 1,000, so it goes up to 1,000 seconds, and then we put that timer as text. This is how cards are selected. You get the selected card from the card grid, or the card BP actually, and from that you can get the card number after checking these variables, and we set that to and we see if that's the first card, and if it is, if the first card picking between two, then we record it, and then we check between the first card and the second card. If it's false, the delay is in progress, and then we got to flip it back over, and basically we got to start over again. If it's true, both of these play sound, or this plays a new sound for correcting, and then we check if there's still cards left. Either way, we do a thing. This is for the facts. So this shows the facts on the screen for a delay, and we can increase the delay or decrease to how long the facts are. And then if there's no corrected cards remaining, then it ends the game and plays a timer winning animation. This is lets the player escape. This is for the facts. It's just a text box. This is for changing text event, which is just changing the text based on the fact of an array of facts, and then it compares it to the number of the card, so you get the appropriate fact for it, and you set the text. This is the game timer blueprint, so you get this is for the timer, play again, quit. This is also like the end game options, and this sets the variable as game mode, the quit button, and then this activates the play again from the memory card game mode. Main menu, start and quit with the name there, and then create the game mode variable, and then start button and quit button. And I'll give a quick example. It takes a while, so I'll just do a few matches. So just hit start. The match. Okay. And as you see there, we got the text pop up. So right now it's only small because I need to get with the group to figure out what we want to have for how long we have the text. But if you look, the text here is very variable. We can make it as long or short as we need, and this text box is big enough for it. But yeah, it works completely. It'll just take a minute. All these buttons work, and then even if you're in it, you can't escape to leave it. But yeah, that's my project 3. Alright, thank you for watching.